everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the NFC Championship game on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback from UCLA. It's Josh Rosen. Take this one up close to the 25-yard line. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I'd never bet against it.
On second down, Peterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Eric Berry's a textbook definition of ball-hawking safety. You name it, he can do it on the football field.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd every...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deshaun Jackson, 28 yards. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They start the drive with Peterson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Caught left side, Williams.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. There, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. And complete to Zach Ertz. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rosen now, option left. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rosen. Ertz has it left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Mike. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. And this is caught. It's Edelman. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver, was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
They'll run it with Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Come on now, let's go.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me, that's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Room here to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you're running jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. On 1st down. Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a give right side. Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. John Ross, as the first half is winding down, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle of the sea? Who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills doing battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Gostkowski for the point after. And it's 21-3. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go play action here on first down. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Rosen. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Sideline throw, that's caught. Julian Edelman. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Jackson. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 49 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check 56. Here we go.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. The point after try for Gostkowski. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. Wide open, Julian Edelman. 25 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Rosen now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. Rosen will throw. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. And they'll throw it with Rosen. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and goal, Rosen. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zach Ertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1-to-5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1-to-5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Oh, the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Rosen to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. John Ross saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Josh Rosen in the offense. Down by 12. Less than 90 seconds to go. Their Super Bowl hopes hanging by a thread as they come up on first down. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. To throw again on second down. Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Rosen. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And now it's Rosen looking. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rosen to throw again. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 3rd and long here for Rosen. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big.